I have a strange feeling about it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's have fun! Let's have fun! Here we go!
Good evening, Durham on Air. Welcome back, my dear friends, to Chris Pollard Live. Oh, pop filter maybe. The Bargain Bin Blockbuster Special, starring Nicolas Cage as Ryan Gosling, and Ryan Gosling as a packet of 6 honey roast ham slices. We are bravely broadcasting tonight from the Church of the Lesser Told Limerick, and we are here, as always, sponsored by the ghost of Dame Edna Everage. And we're also sponsored tonight by the shoe polish they use on the waiters at Frankie and Benny's. They do got a shine to them. You want some tomato sauce with your mayonnaise? In a week where Adele announced her return album 30 by regurgitating an egg and cress sandwich into the mouths of her younglings, and I pegged out my neighbour's washing in the middle lane of the M62. What do we want? Silence! When do we want... Oh. Let's find out a little bit more about what's to come on tonight's programme.
On tonight's programme.
Because on tonight's programme we will be welcoming to the couch professional wrestler, the Power Cut, Surge Protector. Surge is an electrifying Iranian grappler with the power to spark anyone out, even his Auntie Mavis, which he did do. And we'll learn all about that incident, how he consummated his marriage on Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and how the doctors managed to free the badminton racket afterwards. But that's all croissants on Chris Pollard Live. Alrighty then. How are we doing, people? Welcome back to your Wednesday night, Chris Pollard Live. And it's so good to be back in the saddle, the proverbial saddle. And before, at the start of the show, you heard the brilliant Brazilian girls with Nouveau Americain. And then, of course, you've just heard My Girl by Madness. I always play the beds too loud. Always. If you want to get in touch with tonight's programme as it progresses throughout the evening, all the way up to that tender hour of 11 o'clock, please do so with great enthusiasm and enough energy to complete a full squash tournament against a bag of crisps. Please text studio plus your message to 88802. Please email studio@DurhamOnAir, or indeed you can tweet at Durham On Air if you want to get in touch tonight, because I do have a big question for you. And your big question to be sent to me this evening for further discussion: how did you feel to learn that John Cleese's moustache was made of creosote? The winner tonight will win an opportunity to spin it round until his feet lift up off the ground. So tweet at Durham On Air, text studio plus your answer to 88802, or indeed email studio@durhamonair.com. Still to come on tonight's programme, we're going to be lubing up an old combustion engine with feta cheese and then throwing it at a secret celebrity guest. But all that's to come later on tonight's programme. We've got some adverts, but first we've got some music. But first, we've got your top 5, of course. And this week it is your top 5 car parks in Lincolnshire. Number 5, the NCP on Frimpong Avenue. Number 4, the Pay and Display multi-storey on the entrance to Bumcrack Close. Number 3, DIY Derek's Garage. And number 1, Satsuma Boulevard. Oh, I really messed that one up. Very heavy oxygen in the air tonight. I promised to give you a real shoe-in into the eye of the world in the sports world of sport in World of Sports News. Sport. Sport. Okay, it was an interesting day in Blackpool this weekend as thousands observed this year's first glazing of the cockerel. This year's cock, a 3-year-old Rhode Island red, wowed spectators with its prowess and its elegant form before it was doused in syrup and thrown at a big bell. The ceremony kicked off what is looking to be an absolutely dynamite week of action in the Betfred 2021 Parsnip Manoeuvring World Championships, and this year features the return of 3-time world number 1 and 7-time title holder Mavis Emporium. Also in the sports this week, it was a great day at the races for Irishman Donlan Dancefloor, who not only found 20 quid on the floor, but also saw a dog that looked like it had curly eyebrows. Also in the horse racing, tomorrow's meeting at Bishop's Fiddling has been postponed due to late night licorice on the track, and all bets have been donated to the further protection of the Kingsman film franchise. That's all the world of sports news we have got today. Quite a slow week, I think you'll agree, and I'm sure that you'll agree that I'm in the mood for some talking heads. Okie dokie, there was Talking Heads with Sugar on My Tongue. And it's such a pleasure to be back here on Chris Pollard Live on your Wednesday nights. And we do have to cut to another advert break very shortly, but coming up right away we've got West Brom. We haven't got West Brom. What we've got coming up next, we've got a song from West Brom. It's not a song from West Brom. We've got a song from US Girls, and they're singing West Brom. They're not singing West Brom. They're singing their 2018 hit tune, Pearly Gates. And I hope you're doing well. If you want to get in touch tonight to tonight's programme here tonight, please do access us via these channels. You can get us on Twitter by sending a tweet to @DurhamOnAir. You can also text studio plus your message to 8880 West Brom. Studio plus your message to 8880 West Brom. Studio plus your message to triple West Brom. Not triple West Brom. Studio plus your message to 8802. Or email studio@durhamonair.com, and I will be here till 11 o'clock before passing you over to that punk corner. And what a corner it is, people. I've seen it. Here is the US Girls with Pearly Gates. Then we've got some adverts. When we come back, more stuff. That's all I've got. That's all I got to give. But at least I'm here, and y'all allowing me to live. West Brom. West Brom. West Brom. Someone said to me, do you support West Brom? I said, what you say? You can't say that when the music's not playing, you know? People, welcome back to Chris Pollard Live. There was the fantastic The Remote Viewer by OCS, and before that ad break you heard Pearly Gates by US girls. Not sure where they actually come from. Who knows? Still to come on tonight's programme, why nobody came to my firework display and why next time I won't be having one in the middle of a hot summer's day. We've received one or two messages here on the email. Let me refresh, see if any more have come in. Okay, our first one's from Esmeralda Scroty, who's just turned 40. She'd like to mention to her extended family live on air that she did actually win the lottery the other day. She's currently on a plane to Tahiti to become a retired yet active member of the fishing community. Get stuffed, you're all ugly, she adds. Also Linford quickly has texted in to say, whose shoes can I move to? And our third and final text at the moment from Pops Ringwald BT McParliament, also sent in his regular sort of, at this point, weekly text. And this week it's a photo of his elderly dad sat on the toilet. Keep them coming, Pops. I like your style. Let's make some magic. Hello and welcome to the County Durham Connection section here on Durham On Air. Durham On Air. Hello, boy. Hello, mister. I'm about to do the rude bit. You might want to cover your ears up. He is only one. Mind you, at 1 hour I wouldn't have understood what any of this meant either. So yes, first in the Connection section here tonight, we have a lonely-hearted 46-year-old, 6'4", and weighing over 2,000 grams. I'm looking for a woman with short hair, a really annoying accent, and decent close-up magic skills. If unsure, please YouTube videos of mid-2000s Joe Pasquale. Do not apply if you are old enough to be influenced by a packet of hobnobs. Next up, we have a long-time loner with a fridge full of horse medicine, 62, from Sherburn Village, who is literally just looking for a horse. Next up on the Connection section, Mistress X here. I am 52, buxom, long-legged, and terrific at Merental mathematics. Merental arithmetic. If you want me to show you my special way of cleaning towels without getting my hands wet, you must be admirable and insured my admirable. You must be admirable and insured by Admiral, multi-car policy and shared benefits in brackets. Please no vegetarians. Hitler was a vegetarian, she adds. Next up, fan of Chinese takeaway. Sorry, boy. Next up, fan of Chinese takeaways and has begun to smell like one. 27 of massive heart attack close. I'm looking for an absolute 10. But saving that, he'll take a 16 with bamboo shoots and an 82 with Hong Kong Bovril. And finally here on the community connection, whatever, we have a posting from Toby M. Toby M is an 18-year-old young conservative who has been forced to date like-minded old women, but he's happy to put up with any unpleasant odours if you boil him some milk for his tea and tell him some stories about big bad communists being slayed by the mighty king, terrific, righteous Rees-Mogg. Before we get pulled off the air, I think we should play some music. I think so too. Yes, I agree. Me? How many of us are there here? I don't know. Maybe I should see a doctor. I definitely should see a doctor. Because going into the Chamber of Shame this week, long shoelaces that absorb wee off the floor in public toilets and then taste horrible for weeks. Cherry Bakewells that your cat's been sick on. Crocs. Come on, people, not in Asda's. And the top skin of a week-old gravy. We're going to wind down now and just take a quick look at some TV highlights for this week. We've got Pavlov's Dogs finally returning in a reboot of There Must Be Something About Mary Christmas. How to Bobsled While on Fire by Primrose Tuppence Bellows is on Channel 4 and Channel 4 Plus 1 an hour after. Funny that. If you've got a keen interest on Mascara, why not just put some on? Also on the TV, David Attenborough reveals the secret life of Scampi, including rare footage of Sir David himself off his rocker on Cocodamol, talking a load of rubbish about cauliflower farming. And also on the Idiot Box, who wants to be inundated with hate mail? 15 questions, all of them horrible, every day for the rest of your life, no matter where you move. Hosted by Ryland Clark Neal on a revolving throne made of peanuts. And finally on the TV, BBC tomorrow night, the UK debut of John Fashionu's extreme celebrity toothpaste theft. Hosted this week from Heron's Frozen Foods, Lidl and the Aldershot Mini Market, all in sunny Edinburgh. Why not record some of those? And we can watch them wearing each other's clothes. Here's the damned. Oh.
I think that we should say goodbye now.
You've been very cooperative. I'll make a note of that in my report.
And so we fall upon another farewell. Thank you ever so much for watching whatever you were watching while this was on in the background. I do hope that you are well and you're looking after those around you, and those that you love you just don't stop loving, and those that you hate you one day will find vengeance upon. But until tomorrow at 7 p.m, when I'm back here for a dancey, bassy, all strobe lights and smoke edition of Guppy Dance Floor. But here tonight on Durham On Air, what a way to close out your Wednesday evening. As always, it's time for the Punk Corner with Fox. Strap up for your hour of madness and mischief with Fox on Durham On Air on Wednesday night. But until tomorrow, or maybe next week, sayonara.
Chris Pollard Live. This is the sound of the future. This is the revolution. This is Durham On Air.